Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Josh and Jason Monday Christian and Conspiracy Podcast Show. I am your host, Josh Monday. If you don't know me, I'm a Christian rapper, devoted husband, father, and Army veteran. And I'd like to introduce you my co-host. He's a Christian, devoted husband, and father. What's up, Jason? How's it going, brother?
What's up, buddy? What's up? I want to give a shout out to Juan Madera and Trevor Goodspeed, man. Thank you for the fun time today. And you probably listen. And if Bobby Reynolds is out there too, God bless you, man. And I had a good time today, bro. Good time with some good old buddies.
Awesome. Yeah, I also like to say hi to you guys too, man. If you guys are listening, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you guys had a good time. We got a special guest today with you, returning guest. He's already done a few different shows with us, and he's always crushing it. So what's going on, Kevin?
Josh.
Sorry, Kevin Reideler. I always do this, man. Kevin Reideler, what's up, bro?
Josh, what's up, man? What's up, Jason? Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too. I'm glad to have you on, bro. And today, guys, we're going to be going over some very it's going to be some crazy stuff. You know, it's going to be going over some Jeffrey Epstein, probably a little bit of Ghislaine Maxwell. So if you have kids listening, I would suggest you probably, viewer discretion is advised. I just want to let the audience know that, so if we get into some crazy stuff, I don't want any kids hearing about this, yet, it's too fast. But as far as my verse,
yeah, they need to hear about just as warnings. Like,
yeah, I just want to tell
like this. Don't talk to strangers like that, even if they're famous.
Yeah, even if they want you to become a model, definitely don't talk to them.
Yeah. If John, yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
That's kind of what they do, man. It's crazy.
Barbizon modeling school is not coming for you with That's hilarious. That's so funny.
All right, so our Bible verse is going to be Ephesians 5:11. It's going to be, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them, or expose evil. Basically, what it says. Hold on, let me get back to the King James version here, the NIV. Take no part in unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them, basically is what the verse is. So just, so if you see, God wants us to take the evil and expose it, so that's what we do on the show. That was kind of our verse starting off, on our first episode. And this is what we're going to do on this show. Definitely. We got to expose the evil, man. It's disgusting. It's crazy that they even were able to go for so long, but let's kick this off. So, who was Jeffrey Epstein? This is some new stuff I never even knew about, but this gentleman started out in 1974, actually as a school teacher at Dalton School in the Upper East Side of Manhattan. So he actually didn't have a degree either. So usually teachers have to have a degree, but this guy ended up being like somewhat of a genius in physics and mathematics. So Jeffrey Epstein ended up becoming a teacher, and apparently he got fired or let go for poor performance. And also they said that he was being inappropriate to some of the girls there. So when you're like a predator like that, usually you put yourself in a position where you end up around what you're attracted to. And this is K through 12. And I guess he was teaching like the high school girls. So in some ways, what they do is sometimes the media will also throw stuff in there. So this is just what I read about. So I don't know 100%, but that's what they said. They said that he had some inappropriate.
Well, if you look at his background too, Josh, you think about it, like it sounds a lot made up.
I know.
Hey man, I remember what was his name? That murder, that serial killer dude. Oh man.
Ted Bundy.
Same type of guy.
Ted Bundy.
Fake it till you make it. Get addicted to that high society, that acting, that living that life out that's not yours. This dude was a straight
shite. He was a shyster.
Long con, bro. He was going for the long con, going for the grift.
Yeah, so
he knew how to do it, but how did he get past? That's a prestigious school, bro. He was going teaching at a pretty nice.
You're right, Jason. Dalton Dalton School is in the Upper East Side of Manhattan. It's actually a private school. So he was teaching there. And what happened is he got let go. But in the meantime, he ended up meeting this gentleman, Alan Greenberg, who was working at it's called Bear Stearns. It's like a financial institution. So in 1976, Jeffrey Epstein ended up becoming like a low-level junior assistant, like a floor trader. So we started from the bottom. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein didn't come from no like rich family or anything. This dude did start from the bottom. He swiftly moved his way up. He ended up dealing with their major clients. So he went from being like a junior floor trader to dealing with the highest clients or their highest asset clients that they had. So so 4 years after joining Bear Stearns, he was dealing with these higher up clients. Okay. And then he ended up going through working his way up the ranks, and then he ended up starting his own business. And when he started his own business, all he was dealing with was anybody that has a portfolio of $1 billion and up. He wouldn't deal with anybody that had below $1 billion. So when he started his own business, he started dealing with people that had, you know, the Leslie Wexners and all this stuff.
There's his backstory into the upper echelon type of people. So, okay. So you're telling me that a guy that has no background in anything, and you're dealing with you're not dealing with John Stevens 401k, bro. You're dealing with billions and billions of dollars. You don't think they're gonna try to find out what who's handling my money? Who is this person? They're not just gonna say, oh, he used to teach at Dalton and he's a low level dude. You're shooting from one side of the spectrum to the other. It's like you're going that fast. So right there, if I'm investigating it, this is too much of a made up backstory to me. Too made up, bro. It's too like, come on, bro. No one goes like that and then starts finding out everyone's deepest, darkest secrets that quickly.
Yeah,
5-6 years.
Yeah, so he basically was moving his way up. He started like dealing with like some people like from internationally as well, like some Saudi Arabian businessmen. So
and he met Robert Maxwell. That's when he met Robert Maxwell.
Robert Maxwell as well. Yeah. So Robert Maxwell is going to be Ghislaine Maxwell's father. He's like a media congruent, you know, like a big so some of the people he was dealing with were like selling weapons from during the Iran Contra affair, like from Israel to Iran. His name is Aidan Kazagagi. I don't know. I'm probably totally just butchering that name. But
you did good, Josh.
Some higher level Kazahagi, I guess. Anyways, he's dealing with some higher level people, you know, that are actually in intelligence and stuff like that. So what it is when you become like, when you start dealing with people like that, you start attracting probably intelligence agencies to want to try to be like, hey, this guy's dealing with some financial people that are making huge transactions, selling weapons and doing all this stuff. So you could see why he attracted some of the intelligence agencies, I believe, CIA, and also probably the Massad, you know, to want to, you know, start having him deal with these people to try to, you know, gain some information, I would think. You know, that's just my way of thinking of it, you know. But super crazy, man. And he ended up having Australian passport, Saudi Arabian passport, also Israeli passport, which is interesting.
I'm there with Jason. I feel like he was picked out at a very early age. I think the story that we're told is to try to kind of take us off the track. You know, I think that Jeffrey Epstein was definitely picked out, at least for, you know, the honey trap, the political honey trap that was being run, which obviously we're going to get into in a little bit. But it's my job to tell you what they tell us he's exactly
about. It's Kevin's and my Jason's job.
How do I know
pick it apart?
How do I know he's not the head of a giant, you know, a giant business where they just go to schools, go to everywhere, find low-class kids, low-class girls, low-class anything, bro, for these people. You know what I mean? How do I know they don't have a giant portfolio of where like Instagram photos, stuff like that, where you just go say, oh, I want this kid. Go to get this kid for me. I want this kid. And how do I know that he's not a type of dude that's like that? Hiring some kind of, you know what I mean? Like child molesters or serial child rape, like the ones that keep doing it. How do they gonna hire these dudes and get them out of jail, bail them back out, put them back in? How do I know that's not what they're part of? And it's not just trying to find out somebody's secrets. You are just the dude that is gonna take the fall for all of this, because you're pulling young women out of easy way to do it. You just go there. Hey, look. Oh, you want to be Disney, same type of thing. Oh, you want to be this, you want to do that? Okay, well, you got to do this. This is the way it is, man. I'm sorry. You got to do it. And the girls, no dads in their lives. Moms are probably, you know what I mean? Like just have a lot of problems, and they get picked out of school, maybe have a drug habit, whatever it is. And but the problem is they never have any money. They're always looking to make money, and they find a way to make money, whether it's,
So we'll talk about what he got into. So
right.
He basically, that's kind of like his financial career. So he ended up just owning his own business, dealing with people with $1 billion above. So basically what he was doing, he did a great job of being able to teach people how to find loopholes with taxes, and also like putting money into securities and stuff like that. So, and also dealing with large portfolios. And in the meantime, he ended up kind of attracting customers, like I said, Leslie Wexner. That's a Victoria's Secret, Abercrombie and Fitch owner. Okay, this gentleman is a perfect guy to have if you are that type of person. If you're a predator, if you're trying to attract girls,
young women into dude. These models just don't model clothes, dude.
Yeah.
Saying you got some dude that makes $billions a year, and he's just a total yes man. Everybody never says no to this guy. You know what I mean? And he's like, hey, okay, well, I want all these women today. Okay, well, half of them are only like 15. I don't care. I'm not checking IDs.
Well, Leslie Wexner, like when I was talking about, that's the type of person that you probably want to know if you want to run a honeypot that Kevin was bringing up. You want to know someone like this, because what you could do is, okay, first of all, he lived in Leslie Wexner's mansion in New York. Yeah. That's one of Leslie Wexner's mansions. So what happens is, all you have to do is tell these girls from high school, like, look, I can get you into Victoria's Secret as a model. I want to, I want to invite you to, like, Ghislaine Maxwell. Basically what's happening was she was going out and she was recruiting these girls. And there was also 2 other associates that he had. They're out recruiting girls that are from trailer parks, that are rundown homes, that need money, basically having them come back to his mansion in New York or his mansion in Florida. And what he was doing is he was testing them, like, hey, if I give you $100, would you give me a massage? If I give you 300, would you start touching this part or this part? Would you start doing this? So he was basically just like the guinea pig to see how far they would go, so then he could know what he could do with them. So he would take these girls, bring them on his plane, his private jet, and then he would go to his private island, and he would have rich billionaires, politicians, and all these different people on the plane. And
what he made it so smart was that he wasn't just going there recruiting girls. He would get girls that were the same age as those other girls, and they would make them already feel comfortable in doing what they're doing. So like, oh, I just made $100. You make $100 just doing that? Cool. That's cool. I don't care. I'll show my boobs. I don't care. Whatever. I'll massage some old man for $100. And then, like you said, like, it doesn't go right away. He's going to bring you back 20, 30 times to see how far each time he can push you. But what he's doing is, hey, where'd you grow up? Hey, this is your dad. And you're like, hey, getting to find out every little thing about you. And it's easy to talk to a girl of that age.
Dude, it reminds me of Johnny Gosch's case and the Franklin scandal, like to a T. We had Craig Spence, which was that's a CIA asset. He was doing the same thing back then. These are all high level politicians, and what they would do is he would audio his place, and he would bring these gentlemen over, and they would party and do all this stuff with Lawrence King, and they would have it's like a pedophile ring that they're running back then, right? Also, Johnny Gosch, the gentleman that was in the Johnny Gosch case was saying that he would go out and recruit these boys as well, So it's Jason, you're on track, bro, saying that the right stuff, because those girls were also recruiting other girls the same way, and you can't blame these girls, man. Even though they need the money and all that stuff, they're still 14 to 17. They're getting taken advantage of.
And a lot of them are coming from broken homes too. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, but talking to a 15-year-old, 16-year-old boy like that, bro, straight up, like you go up to a 15-year-old, 16-year-old boy and go, hey man, this guy likes, I just rub his back, and dude's like, homie, you're tripping. But a girl, it's different. When she's trying to, oh, I made $50, I just rubbed his back, cool. And other parents even are like, oh, that's okay, cool, that's okay, it's okay. He's a nice guy. But now you got 3 or 4 girls going, no, come over here. Now next week, oh, now he exposed himself to me. That was weird. It was weird. But girls know how to shut that out, bro. Like they know how to go cold dead. Like basically, like when something like traumatic happens to them, they have the ability to just shut it out. Men don't have that ability. Once that goes down like that, you're gonna be like, hey, bro, this is a feel right, but a girl's like
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, and after a while, you're like, hey, this guy's really nice to me. He's cool. He diddles me a little bit every now and then, but whatever. Like it doesn't matter. I get paid. My family is taken care of. No one asks questions. Parents. What's up with parents? Were like right off the bat, I ain't letting my daughter go anywhere with anybody. I don't care if I won't know. I don't care. And it's just happening all day long. And these girls didn't even know what they were doing was wrong. They thought they were just.
For sure. It's crazy. So we'll talk about like kind of like what like what was going on before we talk about him actually getting in trouble for it finally. But he had a plane called the Lolita Express. He owned it for 30 years. Okay. He bought his own private island. It was called Epstein's Island. There was a couple other
Little St. James is the island.
Little St. James, yeah.
Yep.
Like at the bottom of what was it? SpongeBob SquarePants?
There you go. Little St. James. So he owned the island from 1998 all the way until 2019. So which obviously 2019 was his death. It's interesting, man. So what happened is they would take the Lolita Express, which is the plane, and they would fly to this international or to this island. And that's where he would take these girls. They would be dressed up in like nurse outfits on the plane, all this different, whatever they were into. I don't even know, and then they would go to this island. This island has massage parlor type things there. It also has like almost like it's a temple, which is crazy, dude. That's that part right there was kind of crazy to me. So if you think about it in like a satanic way, they're definitely doing satanic or Satan's work, dude. They're obviously they're having sex with girls, underage girls. They're just totally ruining their minds.
Who knows? It's just underage girls. Could be
boys as well. There's got to be boys. You know why? Because of the people that they had.
Boys, we're talking like kids, young kids, like 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, not just like.
We don't know because they're taking these kids. Because 800,000 kids go missing a year in the United States. So who knows, man? I mean, a lot of them could be obviously there's other rings like this. This one just he ended up getting caught, but there's definitely rings like this still going on. For sure.
Dude,
but
for sure, dude.
Yeah, they were transferring them by the Lolita Express, but I don't know if you guys heard this too, but Ghislaine Maxwell also had a submarine license. So I feel like they were doing stuff, getting kids there and stuff under the water too.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know
Hidden.
that.
Yeah. Suggest your listeners check into that. Yeah, she had a submarine license.
Yeah, why was she need a submarine license, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they have some, yeah. So you guys got to think, man, of the these are high level billionaires all going to an island and being able to do whatever they want. They love it, and the crazy thing is, man, is the pilots, dude. The pilots, most of them weren't keeping like a actual flight log. There was only like one that actually kept the flight log, and he was with names. The other people would have like male, female. The reason why they were doing that obviously is because male, female is like the females were probably underage and they didn't want to write their names down, so they would just put male, female.
And the males were probably famous. Or and the dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. The politicians.
It's like
They're politicians, you know. There's so some of the people that were on the flight log of the guy that actually did write it down. We got Bill Clinton. He went 26 times. Okay, guys. Kevin Spacey. This is why I know little boys were there, because Kevin Spacey loves little boys, dude. Like, he's the one that got in trouble for that, you know. Chris Tucker, Alan Dershowitz, which is the lawyer of Jeffrey Epstein and also a lawyer for Donald Trump, you know. Donald Trump was also on the flight log 6 times, okay, guys, between 1991 and 1997, okay. He didn't own the island until 1998. So I'm not saying that Donald Trump, he was on that plane. He did fly with Jeffrey Epstein. He was friends with Jeffrey Epstein at one time. So when people go like, oh, you know, I don't know, like the Pew people would probably tell you like, hey, all he's trying to do is bust the pedophiles. But as you see, he was on the flight more times than they actually released during the time he was a president. When he was president, they said he only went 1 time. And then Ghislaine Maxwell, and then once this pilot got put on the stand, then he actually released that he went 6 more times than we actually knew about. Now, Donald Trump did ban Jeffrey Epstein from Mar-a-Lago because Jeffrey Epstein was recruiting some of the girls, underage girls, from his hotel. So he could have maybe told the local authorities. That probably would have been a better way to do it than to just ban him from his hotel. He probably banned him because 2 of the victims were actually employees of Mar-a-Lago Hotel and got recruited from there. They were I guess they were both Tao girls there. So I thought that's pretty interesting. Prince Andrew also, okay, and Prince Andrew is getting drugged through the mud right now. Prince Andrew, if you look up Prince Andrew, okay, look up Prince Charles and look up this gentleman named Jimmy Savile. I don't know, Kevin, you probably know about Jimmy Savile. So this gentleman actually got accused of molesting over 500 children, and there's pictures with him and Prince Charles, you know, all over the internet. You can see it. The guy Jimmy Savile was a radio announcer, famous guy from London. He didn't get accused of this till after his death. So
and Jimmy Savile was into, you know, obviously the whole kid things, and they found that after he died, but he was you know, donating to kids' homes and stuff, and you know, creating like
children's hospitals.
Children's hospitals. Yeah,
going to children's hospitals as a celebrity, as fronts, and then he was actually touching these kids. Yep. So, and there's pictures of him with Prince Charles and Princess Diana on stage, and she has like a kind of grotesque look on her face because she's probably, that could be part of the reason why maybe she got taken out, you know.
And there was people calling Jimmy Savile out when he was alive, but just you know, people couldn't believe it. It was just there, you know.
Yeah, because the royal family was they were held to such a high standard back then that nobody would ever think anything would be going on in the family like that. But if you look up Prince Philip's, look up his uncle, you're gonna see his uncle doing a whole bunch of stuff, the same thing. Like, he actually had archives of different kids that he was doing stuff with, right? So Prince Philip is that's the Queen's deceased husband, basically. So it runs through this family, dude. So if you've been molested, it's probably going to happen to you as well, and then like they keep passing it on, you know. So it's pretty crazy, man. So Prince Andrew has, you know, he's right now, he's basically, oh, dude, you guys got to watch the interview. Have you ever seen the interview with Prince Andrew, bro?
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
The most cringeworthy interview that you ever see, man. Like, it's crazy, dude. I brought
I look at the timing of all this, and all the timing that has been, all the time it took to do all this since it's been found out till now, is basically the stretch of how COVID has been. So it's been stretched along this whole time, and COVID has been stretched along this whole time, all the way through. So it's kind of weird to me that now that it's all coming to an end,
makes sense.
Now there's no more mandates. Oh, let's back this off now. Okay. Oh, now, you know what? Omicron's gonna come through. It's only gonna be just as bad as the flu. So you look at this, I'm like, man, they really know how to play that trick. Look and pay attention to this. But wait, this is what's really going on. Oh, we found the patsy to put it on. Okay. Prince Andrew, sorry, dude, you got caught. That's what they're doing. They're like, you got caught. Sorry. This is everyone does it in the family, but you got caught. So you're gonna ride this out by yourself. Sorry. And if you say anything, you're done anyway. So just take it. You know this, you're not gonna spend any time in jail. Your name's gonna get you can't do anything anymore. Just like they did, this is kind of like how John Gruden type of stuff, dude. They find someone's emails, they screw only the person that that is in the most to gain out of these. You know, you're high up there, but you know you're not going to drag the queen's name through the mud. You're not going to drag the princes through the mud. You know, but look at what was her name, dude? That black chick that married into the family, Meghan Markle. She's like, we're out of here, dude.
Yeah. And that, I think you're exactly right. And I know the queen is like disowning Prince Andrew, I believe, like taking his title away or something, Josh.
Yeah. They took away, he was the Duke of York, which is actually the top level of the Freemasonry. If you guys on the York right side. So if you look into that, it's crazy, dude. If you look into I have a whole episode on the royal family you guys can look into, but it gets really crazy and it's insane. But let's talk about the 2005 Epstein case first, real quick. We'll get into that.
Was this the first time he got caught diddling?
The first time he got caught, yeah, dude. So in 2005, a woman contacted the Palm Beach Police Department and alleged that her 14-year-old stepdaughter had been taken to Epstein's mansion by an older girl, which is probably Ghislaine Maxwell. And while there, she was allegedly paid $300 to strip and massage for Epstein. So she ended up leaving the encounter only wearing her underwear, I guess, which sounds pretty crazy. So the Palm Beach began like a 13-month undercover investigation of Epstein, including a search of his home. When they searched his home, they found like massage beds, stuff like that. And during the investigation, the chief publicly accused the Palm Beach County prosecutor, Barry Krischer, of being too lenient. Okay, so what happened is, I guess he was saying that the prosecutor is being too lenient with Jeffrey Epstein, so they actually called for the FBI. The FBI got involved, and they alleged that he ended up. I guess they said that he paid girls to perform sexual acts with them. So he ends up becoming guilty, right? After he gets charged, but there's a plea deal, which is crazy. There's a plea deal. The gentleman, what lawyer? God, I gotta remember the lawyer's name. He actually became the lawyer that ended up. I think his last name is Acosta. And what happened is the lawyer ended up becoming one of Trump's advisors or something, which is crazy. I gotta try to find that, dude. Where's his name?
And then
it is Acosta. I can't remember the first name though, but you're right. He did. He became an advisor.
Yeah. So what happened is, his last name is Acosta, guys. I'm so sorry I can't find it. I have all these notes here, bro. Sorry about that, guys. But his last name is Acosta. He was like the attorney that was a prosecuting attorney that tried to go against Jeffrey Epstein. And what happened was they ended up making a plea deal. And the plea deal was basically that he can get charged, but all his acquaintances cannot. They're all going to be basically, they're not going to be able to be charged. So they charged him only, and they only charged him, instead of charging him with sexual acts with the minor and all this other stuff, they charged him the same charges that they would give like a pimp, like for prostitution. So he got the minute charges. He only did 14 months in jail, right? And there's 14 accusers, okay, guys? He only did 14 months in jail, and he only had to go at night. So during the day, he gets to be at his job, which he started the foundation before he went into jail so that he can have a job during the day. So he was on work release during the day. He only had to go at night. He only did 14 months of doing that. So guys, that's like basically a
prison, bro. He's at Camp Snoopy.
It's a slap on the wrist,
bro. Out there playing golf, and you know what I'm saying. You go to white collar prison. You don't go to you're not in there with killers. You're in there with what is it, Jordan? What is that guy? Jordan Belfort. You're with him like that, bro, doing cocaine, and you know you're not sitting there avoiding gang rape in the shower room. You're sitting there playing golf, and you're having tea with probably Donald Trump.
So it was Alex Acosta.
There you go.
Was the prosecuting attorney in 2005 for the first Epstein deal, and then he served as the Secretary of Labor under President Trump.
Yes. So he ended
everything's connected.
Of course, you could see like it's a little, hey, you do us a favor, we do you a favor, we're gonna make you. And then what happened is when Jeffrey Epstein got busted in 2019, then he ended up stepping down.
Now check this. What if Trump wins the election? Okay, he would have buried the Clintons, buried everybody. He would have said, Ghislaine Maxwell, you're gonna sing like a canary, and I guarantee you do. And what happens? He magically doesn't win. It gets fixed, dude. This is why. What? He's
not gonna bury anybody. You know why? Because he should be buried too.
Oh, because no. He would have buried them, dude.
Bro, I have pictures. Bro, I got pictures of him and Bill Clinton with these two chicks that my buddy sent me. You got pictures of him and Bill Clinton hanging out, bro, like best friends. So it's right wing, left wing, same bird.
I know, but he would have buried
Donald Trump did. I'm telling you, bro, he did good things for the military. He did good things. He did some good things as president. But as far as his backstory and like his mentor, Roy Cohen, same thing, bro. He had a pedophile ring for little boys.
You make too much money, so I can't trust you because you make way too much money.
Yes. But dude, Roy Cohen had a hotel where he was doing the same blackmail thing with these little boys against politicians. And then Donald Trump went and bought that hotel, and he bought it at a bad price, dude, like a bad deal. He just bought it. And that's a place that Roy Cohen, his mentor, which was like, if you look into that guy, dude, you'll see like crazy stuff with that guy too. But dude, all this stuff happened, dude, started happening way back in the day, dude, with Meyer Lansky. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Meyer Lansky, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He was a Jewish mobster.
Yeah, dude, he's in Nucky Thompson. He's in that. He was part of the prohibition back then.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so
big.
So
Dude,
back in the day,
was like a
gangster,
powerful person.
But he was also had close ties with the FBI, and they was also running a sexual blackmail operation for decades. So it was happening in the 50s, way back then. I guess Senator Joseph McCarthy back then.
Yeah, they were going to bust him for all of his illegal gambling operations, and then nothing happened to him. So they figured that he had a bunch of dirt on politicians and all that. Like he was running a honey trap already.
Yes. I think he's the one who fixed the White Sox game, bro. The Black Sox, bro.
It sounds familiar, man.
I think he's the one who put the bet on it, bro, in New York, and it changed the whole line. And that's how they got caught. Like these guys are throwing the games, dude.
So do you have anything, Kevin, on Jeffrey Epstein kind of being involved in like its intelligence or central intelligence? Or
I see he's wearing a military outfit all the time, bro.
Who is that? Oh, Epstein wearing a little military.
I see him in Navy outfit all day long, bro. Why is he wearing that? Was he in the military?
Looks like a captain's jacket or something from like a Navy jacket.
I'd have to look it up. I haven't seen that picture.
He looks like he just got a Top Gun school.
Like Rico Suave.
He looks like he just got a top flight school, bro. Yeah, on Top Gun.
That's funny, dude.
As far as Epstein being in the intelligence, it's really hard to track. I mean, it's so the only thing that I can come to a conclusion on is that Epstein had met Robert Maxwell, who was Ghislaine Maxwell's father. Yeah. Robert Maxwell, who was a British UK Parliament. He was in the UK Parliament. He was a prominent media businessman in the UK. They found out after he had died. He died mysteriously, by the way, off the Canary Islands.
Yes.
They said he drowned.
Yeah.
But they found out after his death that he was a double agent for the Israeli Mossad.
Yes.
And Epstein had met Robert Maxwell through some business dealings. So before Robert Maxwell died, he introduced his daughter, Ghislaine, to Jeffrey Epstein. And that's how the two met. And this would have been in like the late 80s.
Yeah. So once that connection happened,
Yep.
that's like the Mossad connecting with the CIA almost, if you think about it. Because even, okay, that gentleman Acosta said that the reason why he gave him that deal is because he got a phone call that told him that, hey, this is above your pay grade. What you're dealing with right now is above your pay grade, which means that whenever you're like in the military and someone tells you that, then you just know you need to stay out of it. Yeah.
From what I've heard is Ghislaine Maxwell was basically Jeffrey Epstein's handler. She was there to make sure that what he was doing in as far as running this honey trap operation, basically blackmailing politicians, businessmen, people of importance, right? Getting dirt on them, you know,
Audio,
getting them into exactly video, audio, whatever it is, so that you basically can make those people do your bidding, you know. So
if you were part of the Massad, which Massad guys is like Central Intelligence for, you know, and also you could say MI6 too. Like there could be some, I don't know, because I don't know if MI6 is Prince Andrew, but kind of like similar to MI6 guys. Okay, that's what the Mossad is in Israel. Okay,
CIA.
What makes me laugh though is how stupid do you have to be to get blackmailed and keep on getting? It's like watching. It's like you're like, am I taking crazy pills? It's like they're like, okay, we got you recorded. You know, you're gonna do this first, gonna do that for us. And like, okay, now do you want another 14-year-old girl? Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I think
it's all good.
What they would do, Jason, is
this one, dude. We're good. Dude, how dumb are you gonna do to get fallen out in the first place? Even if it's a first timer, you know, you're a first timer and you just fall into that. You're like, oh man, this is how life is around here. Okay, I'm gonna have to get used to this. You're just like,
I'm sure that's how, like, when you become a billionaire and all that, like you get offered. I mean, dude, if you even just talk to a person that's a rapper that just made it in the rap industry, they're going to tell you that they went to a party and they saw this, and this, which is like, for us as civilians or regular people, we're like, dang, that's disgusting. But that's just the very first step. As you keep going into this billionaire, successful, satanic pedophilia, all this craziness, it becomes normal for them. But I believe what happened is, Jay, they would probably have you go like several times and have a bunch of audio and a whole bunch of stuff on you, and then they will probably tell you, hey,
dude, if I was famous, like back then, like in my younger days, yeah, I would have gotten in trouble and I probably would have gotten screwed over. But nowadays, it's like, dude, no, I'm good. I'm not gonna. Nope. I don't care, even if I'm a weirdo, bro, and that has the most worst, you know, addictions. I'm not gonna let that out in the open if I'm running for political office. Never would I. No. Are you crazy, dude? You're gonna get caught. Everything always comes out, dude. You're always gonna get caught.
That's why in 2019. Okay, sorry, Kevin. Go ahead, bro. I don't want to.
No, and I think this is why, you know, you see so many flight logs with like Bill Clinton and all these other people, because
Bill Gates also
exactly,
Bill Gates is on there as well.
And I know, Jason, it's hard for us to understand, but this isn't something that just happens like immediately. They work up to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. They get comfortable going to the island. They get comfortable doing this. They get comfortable doing that. And it's almost like a progression.
And they probably have older like Filipino people, whatever, Filipino girls or Asian girls there that are older at first, and they're like, okay, and then they probably get a little younger, and then they're like, hey, we got 14-year-olds too, like, oh, 14, you know, like we got 17-year-olds as well, okay, you know, so they probably work their way down, like Kevin's saying, and then finally, we got you on video, we got you on audio, we got everything, so you just start donating money to this.
I understand that, okay, but idiots out there like Jake Paul and these guys running these things, bro. They're like, hey man, I ain't doing that. Dude, they're so wary about what they do outside of the camera because they don't want it coming back, ruining their lives and their careers. So, dude, these people nowadays, you gotta think about it. There's always a camera on you. There's always someone watching you, dude. At all times, you should always understand that any crime movie or any show, murder mystery show you ever seen, someone always sees something.
And bro, that temple that's there, that's the thing that probably has to get people weary, dude.
Well, how,
yeah.
how do we know they don't go there just to worship the devil and just sacrifice whoever they want? And the kids that
Exactly.
really,
Yeah.
really are in, like, I don't want to
That's
die.
the submarine kids. The submarine kids that are getting submarined in there, the ones that are on no flight log, that are probably like. And right now we're just speculating, dude. But you see a temple there, that you know what they're probably doing, man. The kids that are getting submarine there are probably the ones that they're taking into that temple, sacrificing them. And we and us as conspiracy theorists or as Christians, we need to realize that there's these people that are in higher places like that. They're making deals with the devil to make it to where they're at, and they're going to continue doing the devil's work, you know. And this island is a satanic, disgusting, dark arts island. It doesn't sound like an island that, you know. Hey, if they had an island like that and they had people that were like massage therapists and they were giving hand jobs or whatever, that's bad, dude. That's disgusting. That's Satan's work too. But this is like on a different level.
Yeah, and there's like the Bible says, there's nothing new under the sun.
Yes.
What was done in the Old Testament days of sacrificing kids to Baal or Moloch is still going on today.
Yes.
And yeah, it's more in hiding, but I feel like with where we're going towards the end times, that this stuff is being brought out into the public eye and it's becoming like normalized.
Yes.
I mean, you see it all the time. So
yes, now in the now.
I mean, look at TV
article.
shows and movies, what they show. It's just insane.
Dude,
It's like the desensitization.
Sorry,
Yeah.
they just put out an article saying
Starting of abortion desensitizes you towards that.
Mm-hmm.
Look how they're doing it. Okay, let's do it at conception, or now let's do it at 3 months. Let's do it at 9 months. Let's just do it 2 weeks after it's born. Let's do it 10. Let's just do it 6 months. Let's do it 2 years after it's born. Who cares? Kid's a retard. Just shoot it. Who cares? Kid can't. He's just he's a bad seed, but I don't want him around. Or, dude, that's
Bro.
what is weird to me, because things, like you said, they just don't start you off with this. They ease you into that. So now we're accepting murder of a child after birth. Okay, so that's weird to me, dude. That's like, hey, I have a daughter. Hey, Kevin, you have kids. Josh, you have daughters.
yes.
A son, anything, dude. Anybody even would touch them, dude. I'm snapping necks, bro. I'm not gonna let that happen. You're gonna tell me some girl I got pregnant when I was like 18. She got an abortion after the baby was already 9 months old.
Yeah, that's
And you're just gonna, sorry, my body, my choice. Sorry.
another thing I thought was interesting as far as from a conspiracy theorist point of view was that he was part of the CFR, the Council of Foreign Relations, and he was part of the Trilateral Commission. Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein was?
Yeah, bro. Look it up, dude. You look it up.
I didn't know that.
He's a member of the CFR and also a member of the Trilateral Commission, which are two big red flags. If you look at the Illuminati triangle and you look at the power structure, dude, it's high up there, dude, when you're in that position, to even be put in that and be in those meetings, when that's what I'm saying. You're dealing with people that are, this is not like from the outside. Here's the part that really gets me mad, dude. They take all this stuff, place it on Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and they just forget about the rest. Now, if you look at the people that are like that are like, the Me Too movement, all these other things, cancel culture, they cancel people out, dude, for a man having sexual assault or just sexually harassing women, and they make it a huge deal. But dude, these are children, dude, and they're over here. They take Jeffrey Epstein and they just place it all on him, dude. But all the people that he's actually pimping these women for are the ones that we should be going after, dude. They should be going after the Bill Clinton, all the different people. The Prince Andrew, like hard though, not like go after Prince Andrew like, oh well, we need you for questioning, dude. You should go after him, dude. They need to get these people, dude, and they need to prosecute these people. They need to take all the video footage and they need to get these people, dude. The FBI raided that island, dude. They have to have videos and audio of all this stuff, dude. And they just
FBI didn't raid that island. Ain't nobody.
I know I was telling you guys before we started that this just a few hours ago says Ghislaine Maxwell will no longer fight to keep names of 8 John Doe's secret. So
yeah,
I mean, who knows who those 8 names are, but
yeah,
I mean, time will tell. But
yeah,
something's ready to go.
Bob,
just feel it.
Who else has died a couple? Who else has died a couple weeks ago? Dude, you know what I'm saying? They start throwing out the Anthony Bourdain was another one. Who else? Dude, telling you,
Whoever's already dead.
Donald Trump is
Good
another
point.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else to name?
Yeah.
That people that are dead or nobody even cares about anymore at all.
Like
you said, Jason, they want you to look over here.
Yeah.
When the
Mike
other hand's over here.
Jackson was another one. Tupac was another one. Easy was another one too.
Easy. Suge Knight. Oh, he's already in jail. He's done.
Been dead for 10, 15 years.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Everybody that's part of the 27 Club, they're all part of it.
Janis Joplin.
Sick people, man.
Oh, guys, we have to have humor in this disgusting world.
Elvis,
You do it.
There. Nobody.
It's almost hard. It's hard when you hear about this for the first time. I know when I did not want to believe it, man. It's like, it's a tough pill to swallow. It's one of those things like, do I really want to dive and really research this, you know?
Yes.
And really find out how wicked this world really is. It's absolutely disgusting.
It is, because he owned this island from 1998 all the way to 2019. So he was doing this for the longest, dude. This is not like he hadn't have it for
international waters, bro. You could kill people and get away with it in international waters.
Yeah.
So that's hey, we're gonna hunt some fucking kids today.
He's like his own mayor. He's like his own president of his island, bro. Because
hold on, I'm the fireman. Hold on. I'm the chief of police.
What? The little St. James Island. What country are those for? Are they U.S. Virgin Islands?
They're U.S. Virgin Islands.
Virgin Islands, but
I believe so. But I just don't know how that works. Well,
right.
Obviously,
there ain't no virgin about
they
islands, bro.
They still say international. So, all the pilots that actually were questioned in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, what they were saying, that they were obviously saying, well, we didn't see anything happening on the plane, but we did see the girls that were on the plane dressed in, nurse outfits or certain outfits and stuff like that. So as pilots,
you're a pilot, okay, and you see Jay-Z, a whole bunch of dudes. You're like, well, who'd you see on the plane? Well, there were some girls. Was anybody famous? Nah, no one I knew. Males, wearing chains. They're rich. Some guy BG. I don't know if that's Bill Gates. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Who am I to say? It's like, dude, I knew that guy was that dude. I see this dude on TV all the time. I want somebody to go, Oprah Winfrey was there. I want to hear this. I want to hear like, just give me the dirt of people, okay?
Well, when you look at the flight logs too, because you can actually go online and find the flight logs. It's not hard, but you'll see the people in there, their names, and then at the very bottom, it'll say like 2 women or 2 ladies, like no names though, just blank.
It just says female, male.
Females,
male,
2 females or
yes.
1 female.
Yes,
I mean that's sketchy.
So it is very sketchy, yeah. And the people that you do see, I mean, that's why I said only one of the pilots was actually putting names down, and it's interesting. But so what happened, guys, in 2000? Well, Julie Brown from the Miami Herald, she actually was the one that broke a story, and we got to give props to her, man, for breaking the story. She got together 80 victims, okay, and they all started talking and getting involved. There was obviously some, and I don't even know how many victims there were. This is just 80 that came forward, because there was some that some of the people were already like on letter of non-circumventions where they couldn't speak because they've also obviously probably already got money. Jeffrey Epstein was involved in like the Deutsche Bank, and the bank was paying off some of these people to try to not go to court so that he didn't get in trouble. So when Julie Brown from the Miami Herald actually broke the story, it became huge. People started finding, basically Jeffrey Epstein's name started getting brought back up, and then they started looking into him, and then he ended up getting charged, right? International sex trafficking and all this big stuff. And then he ended up going to jail. And then this is the part that was crazy. So So the footage of the guy, he's like one of the biggest sex traffickers and one of the biggest stories at the time, you know, when he's in jail. And I guess the cameras were out. The security guard said that they were ordering stuff off of Amazon. And then he ended up, they say, committing suicide is what they said. He was in a jail cell.
Where's the
triple homicide guy? That is like, I don't know if you guys, I wish I could pull up the picture of the guy, dude, his cellmate.
Oh, that dude was,
dude, he was
yoked,
shaved head, looking like a white supremacist about to tear your brain off of your head, dude, yoked. And he was in the cell with them, and they said that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. So
what happened?
Yeah. And dude, if you look into the
97 times, 7 times, bro. Heck, weird. So, why are you full of blood? Scoozy?
Yeah. Scoozy.
I didn't do it.
So what it was is he and honestly, the way that he killed himself too is kind of weird because I guess they said that in the autopsy that
he had a broken windpipe.
Yeah, broken windpipe, which is usually when somebody chokes you or
strangles you
out, dude. So
yeah,
it's interesting, man. That part. So that's like suicide, and that's what we say in the conspiracy world as being suicide.
Sitting next to him, bro. How big his arms are,
dude.
Hey, that looks kind of like you choked him out, yeah. No,
guys,
suicide.
Look up Jeffrey Epstein's cellmate, and you guys will see. I bet you everybody that's watching will see and just be like, "Holy crap, this dude!"
Probably just life probably never getting out, bro. There's the hair, dude. Here,
and
here.
I thought it was interesting because Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer ended up becoming the lawyer for the cellmate. One of Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers, okay, not her main lawyer, but one of the lawyers ended up becoming lawyer for the cellmate of Jeffrey Epstein.
What's the cellmate? The lawyer was the cellmate.
So there's that. Also, Ghislaine Maxwell's judge. If you guys look into the judge that handled that case, the one that said, "Hey, we can't show it to. It's too gruesome to show it to society. We need to keep all the cameras out."
Like what? I lived through 2 years of O.J. Simpson case, bro. Watching that thing fully every day, seeing this gruesome stuff all day long. Dude, believe me, you're not gonna let me see. I want to see everything. I want to see everything because hey, if you did it, admit it. That's what we say at work. You did it. You need to admit it. Now, just man up, dude. Yes, I'm sorry. I like to have sex with 14-year-old girls. Just be a man and just say what you did. You don't have to hide behind Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Just like, hey, yes, man, I like to do it. What are you gonna do? No one's arresting anybody. There's names. There's so many on that flight log. There's names. Yeah. What was Chris Tucker? What was the other one? What was the other? What was the other name?
Alan Dershowitz. You guys should look that, man. Alan Dershowitz. There was girls that said that he did a bunch of stuff with them, and that he was like a big time lawyer.
He's like 200 years old. He's a creepy old man. Yeah. Dude, sure. Come on, dude. It's like, oh yeah, you take me to the bunny ranch. You know what I mean? He's freaking. He's come on, dude. These guys are creepy dudes. That in high school, the girls that they see now that are looking there, they get the touch, would go tell them to screw off, and now they control the world. Bill Gates is a nerd. The guy in high school is probably getting picked on and beat up by every jock in the world. Now he gets any woman he wants. He can get anything he wants. It's like, dude, you got these people running our country now, dude.
I know. That's what happens. It's crazy.
It is weird though. A lot of these guys have stepped down from their positions at their companies that they started.
Yeah.
You see just backing away from like, hey,
get out of the limelight a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So the judge actually
Yes, I was. Resign today.
The judge was part of a secret society, actually, the judge for Ghislaine Maxwell at Brown University.
right now that that she hasn't said yet. They're like, I wonder who it's gonna be. Hope it's not you, John. I was like,
Oh, the John Does?
he's like, we're gonna drop 8 names. It's like
Gosh.
tune
man.
in. 8 names are being dropped. I can't wait to see. They're like, Bill Gates is all, no.
Well, I mean, he got divorced from his wife, you know. I mean, she probably found some stuff out about.
She's a man too. That's a man right there, bro. I'm sorry, dude. These are, dude. It's not my fault that you're getting married out of, you know, you should be marrying a woman, not, you know, doesn't go together, buddy. That's why it doesn't work out.
Yeah. All right. Any more stuff, bro, that we could spit out there? I mean, I'm all out of notes here, dude. Anything else, Kevin, that you kind of want to talk about this gentleman?
No, not with Epstein. I mean, I know with that judge, I mean, you're talking about that judge that she was, you know, had a lot of the information for the trial that was going to get started. And her son, I don't know if you guys remember this, but that the fake FedEx driver that showed up at her house and ended up, the son ended up opening the door, and the FedEx driver was definitely there for her, but ended up shooting the son and killing the son.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're dealing with powerful people, man, that want to keep these secrets hidden. So,
yeah. So the judge was trying to, she was supposed to be
Alec Baldwin. Look at the Alec Baldwin thing, bro. That there's rumors that the lady that died from there, she was involved in this stuff.
The one that Kevin's talking about. Oh yeah, the lady that you're talking about, Alec Baldwin. She was actually going to do a documentary on.
Yeah, the dude that an actor killed somebody. This isn't Zoolander.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This isn't Zoolander, dude. He's like, you don't just don't snap him and hire an actor to kill somebody. That's weird to me. Like, come on, he's like, I didn't know there was a bullet in the gun. You just capped a lady that was involved in a major case right now, and she was gonna put out, and everybody that has any information about anything with pedophilia ends up committing suicide. It's weird. It's weird to me. That's weird to me. A lot.
But Kevin was talking about this. So the judge was supposed to be a judge on the case of the Deutsche Bank and Jeffery
Deutsche
Epstein.
Bank. Yes.
Yeah. So what happened is they had a guy. Basically, I feel like he actually worked for the Massad as well. That gentleman. So
he did. They found out later on. Yeah.
A lawyer. Yeah, he was a lawyer. They said that he had a hit list, and he just went to that house. He ended up shooting her son instead of her. I just thought that was just crazy. Like,
and then he killed himself.
Yeah, and then he killed himself. That's that.
Again,
you gotta watch that.
Dead
When
men
that
tell no
happens-
tales.
Yeah, when that happens, you know something's going on, man.
Oh yeah.
Either a false flag or some kind of setup or some kind of something they're trying to do that is they were probably either sending a message to her or they were trying to kill her, one of the two. So she ended up probably not, you know, she was the judge on the case. I don't know what she ended up doing with that. I don't know what ended up happening.
When people watch these things on movies, they just get desensitized from it. So they get used. It doesn't bother anybody now. They're like, this stuff is happening in your face. And I say about maybe 75% of people are like, you know what? Really, you know what? I gotta get coffee. I get some Starbucks right now. It's like, do you have time to stop pedophilia today?
Well, it's like it's kind of goes like with the priests in the Catholic Church. I mean, how many people probably knew what was going on? Or what was that coach there at Penn State?
Yeah, Sandusky.
Yeah. I mean, people knew that there was things going on and that never said nothing. So
when the people interview you and ask you if you like young boys, like touching young boys, you don't waffle on a softball question like that, bro. You just don't think about it or look at your lawyer and have to answer the question. You answer that question. Nope. Sorry. Don't like boys at all. Sorry, man. No. He had to think about it. That guy he was doing it. Like, again, he probably had coaches. He's probably been doing it for a long time and just and then they started getting used to it. That's not a big deal. You know, slap the towel a little bit, slap the butt. These guys are going too far, man. It's pretty weird, dude.
Dude, that's funny because that's crazy because the Penn State child molestation case, according to DeCamp and Greg Bersoni, that Lawrence King, the guy that was doing the
Franklin scandal.
was bringing children to Penn State for that guy. So
Wow.
you got that. If you guys want to look into some crazy stuff, I got a couple more related networks compared besides the Jeffrey Epstein. So if you guys are interested in looking into, into looking into these things, we got the Washington DC cowboy ring, which was Craig Spence, which is the one we talked about. We got the Johnny Gosch abductions. You guys can look into that. Look into Michael Aquino, which we actually had a show on, the Presidio sexual abuse cases. And then you guys can look into the Catholic Church sex abuse, which you guys, if you look into that, it's going to be such a deep rabbit hole. It's insane.
Michael Aquino, he was in the military, right? Like really high rank.
Yes. High ranking military, and also started the Church of Set, dude, which is like a satanic. Yeah. So you look into
He's
that.
the one with the crazy eyebrows, right? That like they come like
crazy eyebrow. He passed away now, but he dude, higher up, became like a lieutenant colonel. Was he if you guys look into that one, it's pretty disgusting as well. The Penn State one was crazy. Roy Cohen, if you guys look into that, it's a network in New York. I was talking about it earlier.
I hope the Black Man don't show up. My dude, you're dropping.
What?
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up to like just
the unmarked vans are gonna be waiting up front.
Get in and shut up.
Well, so we got Roy Cohen. You guys look into him. That's Donald Trump's favorite person in the world back in the day. It's like his mentor. He had a blackmail ring running out of New York. Okay, that's another one. And then the Finders. If you guys want to look into that, that's a cult organization that had CIA connections, child abuse, trafficking. It was discovered by law enforcement. And then what happened is the CIA told them to drop the case, and they just ended up keep going. So very, very interesting stuff. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys listening to the show. Please, if you guys could share this, please share the show. It's been doing amazing on Spotify and Apple. And also, so we appreciate you guys. Whoever's listening on Spotify and Apple, can you guys please just sub to our YouTube? We're trying to get our YouTube more subs, and our YouTube is also doing well. We appreciate everybody that's listening. Thank you guys so much. We love you. Anything else you guys have to say about the Epstein case or anything, guys, or anything you want to tell our audience?
I think for me, it's just, I know this is a really tough subject, and I know we, kind of giggling and stuff, try to make, the best of it. But for your listeners, if they're not ready to go down this rabbit hole, then I would suggest not until you're ready to go do this research, because it's really dark. Yeah. And it just really shows that, for me, the Bible is real. The stories that it talks about, especially in the Old Testament, that we just, it's just a really, really rough world out there. That's for sure.
Yes, for sure, guys. And the only answer is to come to Jesus Christ. There's also, if there's people out there that probably maybe have, issues with watching porn or doing stuff like that, dude, you got to understand that there's younger girls that are getting trafficked in that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and say our prayer to end the show, and we're going to pray for all these men and women that are getting trafficked. So Father God, in the name of Jesus, thank you so much for giving us a clear connection. I know we're exposing evil right now. Please send a legion of angels to protect us. We're just trying to, expose the satanic people that are out there doing this disgusting stuff, Lord. I just want to pray for anybody that's being trafficked, any type of sexual trafficking or any type of human trafficking, Lord. We just pray that you please put a stop to this, put an end to this. We can't wait for Jesus to come back and for his return, Lord. We need that. This world is so evil and disgusting at the moment. So I just want to pray for anybody out there that's having any issues with pornography or any issues with, drinking or drugs or anything. We just pray that you release those chains and take them away, Lord. Thank you so much for everything. We love you so much. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right. Thank you, guys. This show was amazing, and I appreciate you guys coming on, dude. Thank you, Kevin, for crushing it again, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. Had fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jason, thank you too, brother.